All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash, Call Elohim, Hawa, Elohim, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash. All praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who is only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of Spirit Holy. Of course, giving double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who are well. Peace and salutation to the 144,000 prophets of the 1/3 collective. Then you have the great peaceful multitude of the believers in that 1/3. Okay, these are men, women, and children who are not prophets, but are believers in the words of Yahweh, Shema Shai, B'Shem Kakadash. Shema Mappa is a Mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp. Come in with a quick wee lesson. So, this is the current date, which is November the 18th, Monday. And currently about 6:33. And on, I believe that was Friday, on Friday night, you had a big boxing event that was, I believe that event was held in Texas. Between Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson, professional boxer, legend, and you had also another individual named Jake Paul. Jake Paul is supposed to be he is a professional boxer, but he pretty much had got his career off of Vine, which used to be a social network platform where they put short little videos up, right? Which didn't last. But yeah, he's been making, pretty much a bigger name, being a media influencer, YouTube, and, with this boxing stuff. So, he, was able to get to fight various individuals from MMA, former MMA fighters, to you have boxers. So you had this fight between him and Iron Mike Tyson, and it was pathetic. It was pretty sad to watch. Pretty much, seeing Mike Tyson, which appeared to be injured, and also obviously old, and not really in shape for that particularly. Though he can look a bit physically in shape, but truly wasn't really in shape as what you would think.
As a sports medicine doctor, this fight was one of the most shameful things I've seen on TV.
And this is also a fair use warning. I don't own any of this footage. This is off of Brian Sutter, MD, medical doctor, whom I'm doing a video basically to cover also information. This is fair use warning. That's it.
Let's talk about Paul versus Tyson. This video is sponsored by Simply Safe. Stay tuned to later in the video for an amazing discount on Simply Safe comprehensive home security. And remember, there's no safe like Simply Safe. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and my goal in this channel is to teach you more about the medical side of the sports world. Now, yes, I watched the fight. Turned out exactly like you'd expect a 58-year-old to look when they're out there boxing. I don't think anybody was really surprised after the fact. I think a lot of people hoped that we'd see this new, rejuvenated, energized version of Tyson, and he came out and a couple of rounds looked pretty good, and then by the end of the fight it was clear this was a 58-year-old man, and he looked like a 58-year-old man. And I have a lot of issues with this. I don't think this fight should have ever happened. I think it says a lot of bad things about the combat sports world and sets a really dangerous precedent going forward. We're going to talk about the whole...
Yeah, just all this food, okay? All this food and bread and circus. You know, that's what we pretty much see. You know, food
Tyson request
and bread and circus. You know, you had fair use warning again. ESPN, I don't own any of this footage. Netflix, I don't own any of this footage. Educational purposes only. You know, you can see in this fight also Mike Tyson, he was so through. You know, you see him biting on the glove a lot. Apparently say he got a biting fixation. That's what he says. I'd say possibly he's frustrated. You know, and but that's just my opinion. You know, I don't know. But you know, he's taking shots. Gave a little bit, but he had a knee brace.
Fight clearance approval process, and then just physiologically why he looked the way he did. There's a lot of just true anatomy and physiology changes that explain why Tyson looked so bad and play a role in why this type of thing should not happen. So how did this fight even happen or get approved? Each state has an athletic commission that governs licenses for combat sports. It's not a national standard. It's state by state, and there's a wide variety of medical clearance processes and rules in place from one state to another. That probably played some role in where this fight happened because Texas has some of the more lenient medical clearance processes. So here you can see if you're going to apply to get a license, you basically have to have a medical exam. You have to have some negative blood work, which is pretty self-explanatory. You have to have passed an eye exam within the previous 6 months. And if you are over the age of 36, you are considered a older competitor and you have to have more favorable physical testing, limited, including EEG, EKG. So EEG is a very generic test of brain function, brain activity, but doesn't actually show you anything structural in the brain, and EKG is for the heart rhythm. Then there you have the actual form of what has to be done for the physical. There's some very basic stuff in here about medical history and history of seizures, headaches, dizziness, brain hemorrhage, chest pain, irregular heartbeats, cramping with exercise, asthma, very simple, basic medical history. Have you had a concussion, lost consciousness? Obviously for these boxers, this better be yes for all of them because they've all had head injuries pretty much at this point. And then again, here's that comment about being over the age of 36 is what they would consider an older athlete. Physical exam, for the neurologic exam, none of this is functional. This is very basic. How alert are you? Your cranial nerves. Look at somebody walk. Very simple finger, nose, and reflexes. This is extremely, extremely simple screening. Not anywhere near the level of complexity for something like what a professional boxer is walking into. And it's the same other than an EKG and an EEG for a 20-year-old fighter or theoretically a 90-year-old fighter.
So E telling you, if he's E, bro, he telling you is a difference, okay? Between an old and a young man scientifically, all right? And E does his studies, okay? Psalm 64, 6, it says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, being the Edomites, and the heart is deep. Okay? And they go very diligently and thoroughly look into, the health of Jake. Okay? This is also the book of Luke, chapter 16:8. The Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely, for the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. Yeah, the Edomites, okay, are the children of this world. Alright. And you have us being the children of light, the Israelites, okay? Starting with the elect, okay? You have even Daniel's Or Ezekiel. That tells him forget the precept I was gonna bring, but pardon. So we'll just go back into this. Gotta get the tab, pardon me.
No upper age limit within these athletic commissions for when a fighter can be approved. And so let's say Tyson was 70. Theoretically, the medical commission, the licensing commission for Texas or any other state could approve him. There's no upper age cutoff, which is a huge problem because then you lose all ability to safely monitor. We'll talk a little bit more next about what we actually saw take place in the ring, why it all makes sense from a physiologic perspective. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video.
Pause it. Y'all want to see it. You promoting some products and stuff.
Brian MD today and get that first month for free. So now we got a license from the state of Texas for a 58-year-old Mike Tyson to compete against somebody much, much younger than him. So now he steps into the ring, and why did he look as bad, to be honest, as he did? It's all very appropriate looking based on his age and how your body changes with time. And let's talk about those changes. The first is going to be in the brain. So as we age, our brains will actually atrophy. Our brain volume will go down as the cells in our brain atrophy. It's a part of normal aging that happens to everybody at a different time point. In particular, changes that take place in the cerebellum. So the cerebellum is one of the structures within our brain, sits at the lower portion right here. There's going to be part on the left side, part on the right side, and our cerebellum is very important with coordination, with fine motor control. It's our ability to have good hand-eye coordination, to be able to manipulate proprioception, where our arms and limbs are in space. And so a boxer needs to have very good fine motor control to have that ability to understand where his punches are going, to be able to react quickly and have that coordination. As you age and get to be Tyson's age, you have expected atrophy, shrinkage of that cerebellum, which means it's not going to function as well. It's why older people have slower reaction time. And so of course you're going to expect a 58-year-old with normal physiologic brain atrophy to have slower reaction time compared to someone as young as Jake Paul. The other thing, neurologically speaking, is we know that Tyson has had a history of terrible neck problems. He's had neck surgery. He's talked about how all those bridges that he did completely wrecked his spine. And one real possibility is that he has some spinal or cervical stenosis. Kind of looked to me like when he was walking back around in the ring, he kind of had this wide, almost wobbling gait. The announcers kept commenting on how he didn't seem to have his footing. And one real possibility of that is if you have arthritis, degenerative changes in your neck that can press on the spinal cord, that can cause something called cervical myelopathy that can affect your fine motor control even more, and in particular can affect your balance and your gait. With Tyson's neck history problems, very possible that he has some cervical stenosis, leading to, again, differences in his gait, his stability, his quick moving on his feet, like we saw displayed in the ring. The next thing that's going to happen as you age is that your neurons are not going to conduct signals as well. And so again, when you're trying to react to a punch, you're trying to throw a punch, your nerves simply don't fire and act the same speed as they did when you were in your 20s.
There you go, man. You know, he's letting you know, because I feel like with that Tyson thing, Tyson wanted to do something, but his body is not doing what he wants to do or what he would be normally able to do, you know, because of some of these different things. Okay? And then you got the guy, Jake Paul, which is a younger man, you know, he doing what he doing. You know, but if Mike Tyson was younger, this would have been this wouldn't even probably would have existed. So, you know, I just bring out this preset. This is Proverbs chapter 20 and 29. It says, "The glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of old men is the gray heat." Okay? Yeah, so the glory, all right, which is, you have the Pa'ara, the Pa'ara from Pa'ara or Pa'ar, which is glory. You got glory of boasting, the finery, the glory, and of a young man, Bahar, chosen, is their strength. Kach, strength and might, ability. And the beauty of old men is their gray heat. But, hey, Mike Tyson don't even got gray hair on his heat. Alright. So, the point being is that, hey, that man with his strength and ability for his age is because he's young. I think Jake Paul, his age is he's currently 27 years old. That's a young man. Okay? Going against an old man, without these different things that affect someone when they get age. Okay?
Our nerves are basically like wires, and we have this stuff called myelin that wraps around the nerves and allows them to conduct their signals faster. So this myelin sheath wraps around the nerve fibers and allows the electrical impulses to basically hop from point to point, which allows that speed to travel faster. As we age, we get degeneration of that myelin, which causes the nerves to conduct signals more slowly. As those nerves conduct signals more slowly, we don't make that connection from our brain to our muscles to throw the punch, to guard, to protect ourselves, and is again part of that expected aging process with how we look and act different athletically as we get older.
And that's it.
And injury-wise, of course, we saw Tyson's been wearing this knee brace. They asked him afterwards if he's dealing with an injury. Almost certainly he's got arthritis in his knees. I mean, any 58-year-old high-level athlete is going to have some degree of degenerative changes in their joints, some old injuries from all the competition and previous things that they've been through. So, of course, his knees are going to be bothersome. He's not going to have quite that stability and that explosiveness. At the end here, I did also notice that Tyson's left arm, I don't know if it was just the camera angle, his left arm looked ginormous. I don't know if it's always looked that way, but I wonder if he was dealing with some sort of injury causing a lot of swelling in this left arm, because that left arm looks absolutely huge. So in summary, these athletic commissions, the medical staffs that are clearing these fighters, really need to step up and take some responsibility here. And
so that's the deal. All right, that's it. So that's the main thing, man. The glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of old men is the great heat. It's really because the wisdom that a older man will have, But that's from the scriptures, not from just having a great heat. So that's the spirit. That's what my little 2 cents was. Shalom to you, like.